Hello and welcome to Piggy University, teaching money one lesson at a time. Money shows up in your life more than you often realize, and the more you understand, the more decisions you get to make. I'm Professor Ham, and let's dive into it. All right, now imagine I gave you 20 bucks to start the week, and then by Friday, all that money is gone. You didn't buy any big purchase or you don't have any cool story, all the 20 bucks is gone. Now I know you're asking, Professor Ham, money doesn't disappear, what happened to it? Well, in this video I'm gonna show you how to make sure your money doesn't disappear, but actually works for you. Now, quick question. Do you remember everything you spent your money on this week? Or even this month? Now, if you don't know or you hesitated, that's completely fine. Even I don't remember everything I purchased in a month or a week sometimes. But let's fix that. All right, so a budget is a plan for your money before you spend it. Think about it as directions. If you don't decide where your money is gonna go, it's gonna decide for you. All right, so let me write 3 things down here on my board. You guys have already actually seen this, but just wanna share it again. All right, so save, spend, share. Now I want you to think for 10 seconds. If I gave you $20, how would you split up your money in these 3 categories? And I'm gonna give you a couple seconds to think about it. All right, so there's no perfect split here. However, you wanna decide the split before all your money is gone. That's how you stay in control. So again, most people don't actually just lose money. They just don't realize where their money is going. So imagine that for this week, you spent your money on the following items: $6 in snacks, $4 in soda, $5 for tickets to the movies, $3 for apps for your phone, and then $2 for just some random things. Now, those are all pretty small purchases, but when you add them all up, that's actually $20. And if you think about your $20 budget, that means that it's all gone by the end of the week. Now, a bag of chips might cost $2, but if you make that small decision all the times, you'll realize that your small decisions add up really fast. Tracking your spending can be very simple. You can use your phone in the Notes app, a notebook, or anything to show what you're spending your money on. Think about it like your phone. You wouldn't check your battery once it's dead. And the good thing about when you start tracking your money and what you're spending it on, you can then see the themes and what you're most spending your money on throughout the week or the month. And that's not to make you feel bad, but it's to help you make the best decision in the future. Okay, so smart spending doesn't mean never spend your money. What it really means is spend your money on things that matter for the future. Now, here's 3 rules that help you with that. The first one is always compare the price before you buy. Now, you might walk into store A and they have a pair of headphones for $100, but you might walk across to the store B and have those same headphones for only $80. Now, if you can spend the less price on the same item, it's always a win. You can even go online and check the price as well and see if the item's cheaper there. And if you don't need it for a couple of days, you can always purchase it and have it delivered to you for the lower cost. Now, the second thing I want you to do is to wait 24 hours. Now, what that means is, say you're thinking about buying a video game. So I want you to wait until the next day. If you remember that video game and you think that you still want to buy it, that's a good decision, that means that video game is important to you. However, if you forget about it and you don't think about buying it again, it probably means that that video game didn't really matter as much as you thought it did. And that's okay. Now, the third item, and equally important, is cost per use of the item. Now, how do you think about this? So imagine you're gonna buy or think about buying a $500 computer. However, you could also buy a $50 jacket. Now on the surface, that jacket might be the smarter spending option because it's less money. However, you're probably gonna only use it a couple times out the year, especially depending on if you live somewhere that's warmer. However, that computer, you're probably gonna use that almost every day. So your cost per use is actually lower with the computer compared to the jacket. Now, that's a good way to kind of think about things and make a decision when you're deciding items. So anytime you're about to purchase an item, I want you to think, how many times I'm actually gonna use this item compared to another item. All right, so let's test your smart spending skills. And I'm gonna give you a couple scenarios. I want you to decide either buy at the first option or pass for the second option. All right, so in the first scenario, imagine you can buy Fortnite for $50. However, in the next scenario, if you can wait 2 weeks, you can buy Fortnite for only $25. So a 50% discount. Are you gonna buy or pass? So if you can have patience and wait a couple weeks, buying at the lowest price point is always the better option. Now for the second scenario, imagine you can buy Cheetos as a snack for $5, or you can buy Cheese Puffs, which is the store brand, for only $3. Are you gonna buy or pass that? And always think about it, the brand is not always as important as the price. And in the last scenario, you can either buy a new pair of headphones for $60 or a new t-shirt for $20. Are you gonna buy or pass? In that scenario, I want you to think about the cost per use. Again, the goal isn't to never buy anything, but it's to purchase things that will help future you. All right, so let's connect this. Imagine you're saving $150 to buy an item later down the line. And you spend $5 here and $4 there every week. Now, whether you realize it or not, your goal is actually getting pushed further and further away from all the small spending. Now, small spending is not bad, but your money only has one job. So you can buy snacks today, but it can't help future you. And that's the trade-off. Now, I want you to pause and ask yourself, what's something small you spend your money on almost all the time? Now I want you to ask yourself, if you cut that spending in half for a month, what will that do? And once you do that, that's budgeting in real life. All right, so today we learned that a budget is a money map. Tracking helps you understand where your money goes. Small purchases add up, and smart purchases help future you. Money doesn't disappear, and having a plan helps you decide where that money goes. Now, I have a challenge for you. For 1 week, I want you to write down what you spend your money on, everything, even the small things. At the end of the week, I want you to ask yourself, did I plan for it? And did my spending match my goals? That's how you level up. This has been Piggy Bank University, exploring money one lesson at a time. And remember, save smart, spend wise, and plan ahead.